The story of Crazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good morning. Welcome to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. We got another physical media review for you today. This time it is for the movie adaptation of the Broadway show Rent. This is from 2005. It is the 20th anniversary of the film here in 2025, and as such, Sony has just put this out on a brand new 4K disc, and they were nice enough to send me a copy for review. Now, I do feel that since we're talking about a very famous Broadway show, that I should preface this by saying I've never seen the show. I've never seen Rent on Broadway. I've never seen any kind of stage version of Rent, and until now, I had never seen the movie. I tried to watch the movie once 20 years ago. I think I rented it or something. I rented Rent. I think I rented it and was like, I got to check this out. Everyone talks about Rent. And for whatever reason, I didn't finish the film. I don't remember what the circumstances were. But yeah, 20 years, I've still never seen this. But thank you to Sony for sending me a review copy. I've now seen Rent for the first time ever. Watched it with my daughter. My 18-year-old daughter, who is a theater kid. She's in all her school shows, and she's very, very into musical theater. And I thought, we're going to watch this one together. What can I tell you? I can tell you that my theater kid daughter loved this movie a lot more than I did. I didn't hate it. But I am a fan of movie musicals. I really like, we're in the Christmas season. Every Christmas I watch Anna and the Apocalypse. I really like Little Shop of Horrors, I think is one of my favorites. In fact, I have tickets this coming weekend to see on stage Evil Dead the musical. So it's not like I'm adverse to musicals or movie musicals. But this one wasn't quite my speed. But like I said, my 18-year-old daughter, she dug it. That said, it's very watchable. It's a very watchable movie. You're never bored. Keeps your interest. The performances are good. A lot of the songs are good. There's some songs that are better than others, but the pace, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I never for a moment was like, when's this thing end? So even though I didn't love it, it is extremely watchable. What I found, I'm going to assume if you're watching this, maybe if you have an interest in picking up the 20th anniversary of Rent on 4K, I'm going to assume maybe you're a fan of Rent or you've seen Rent a few times. So I won't get into critiquing a 20-year-old movie based on an even older Broadway show as much. But it doesn't have much of a plot. It's more like vignettes in these characters' lives. Like, here these characters, they kind of all meet, they live together, like in the same general vicinity, in the same building, and their lives they're all friends, but, we're kind of going in and out of their lives and their relationships and their money problems and their health issues. And so it's not like a straight plot line. It's just kind of like vignettes in their life set to music. But like I said, very watchable. Let's talk about the disc, because this is all about the new 4K disc. First of all, the image looks fantastic. Hard for me to compare it to previous releases. I haven't seen previous releases, but it looks good. It sounds good. And you get quite a few special features on here. All right, let's take a look. First of all, we do have a slip sleeve. Same exact art on the slip sleeve and under the slip sleeve. You will get a 4K disc, no Blu-ray, just a 4K disc. And it's not here right now, but you do get a digital code that redeems in 4K wherever you choose to redeem it. I always go Fandango at home is my digital provider of choice. So I want Fandango at home. Now, we get some special features on here. I don't know if you'll be able to read these. Let me see. I think that looks too blurry. I don't know if you can read that or not. I should probably I need a better camera. But I'm going to read it to you. You have a commentary track by director Chris Columbus and selected members of the cast, a feature-length documentary called No Day But Today, which is divided into multiple segments. You can watch the whole thing all the way through, or you can watch it in segments. But no Day But Today is basically a history of the creator of Rent, whose name is, I want to say, Jonathan Larson, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. Yeah, Jonathan Larson. Yes. And yeah, it's sort of a documentary about his life. Like I kind of watched a few segments. I was skipping through it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it is a feature length documentary about the creator, who died very young. And I don't even think I mean, this kind of became a phenomenon on Broadway after he was already dead. So he didn't even really live to see his own success, which is a shame. You have deleted scenes on here and musical performances with commentary by Chris Columbus. And I watched a couple of them. I don't know how many cast members took part in the commentaries, but I heard Anthony Rapp taking part. Anthony Rapp from Star Trek Discovery, Paul Stamets from Star Trek Discovery. He's in this. That's another thing. Star-studded cast, especially for sci-fi fans and nerds. You have a star-studded cast here. The main lead is Star Trek Discovery's Anthony Rapp, Paul Stamets. You've got Jesse Martin, Joe from The Flash. Idina Menzel's in here. Most people know her from Frozen, the voice of Elsa. And look, you got a Star War and a Star Trek in the same movie. You got a war and a Trek in the same film, because not only do we have Paul Stamets from Star Trek Discovery, but we have Ahsoka Tano, Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka from Star Wars, and Paul Stamets from Star Trek in the same movie. Sci-fi worlds collide here, and they all give good performances. So, yeah. And then we have PSAs for the Jonathan Larson Performing Arts Foundation and National what Foundation? National Marfan Foundation. The National Marfan. So yeah, you get some PSAs and a theatrical trailer. I was digging through some of these special features. I watched some of the commentary on the various deleted scenes and musical scenes, and I watched a little bit of the documentary. So this is kind of hours of special features. You don't always get that many special features anymore. But I guess if you're going to bill it as the 20th anniversary edition, you do need to make it a little special, right? So there you go. If you're a fan of Rent, and I do think I would go on a limb. Look, like I said, I like musicals, but I'm by no means the musical expert. Like if you're looking for information on musicals, I'm not your go-to guy. But I would say and maybe that makes me actually more qualified, because a theater person, someone who's like obsessed with the theater, they're going to know all the obscure shows. They're going to know every weird little show that pops up on Broadway. Whereas I'm going to tell you kind of the mainstream populist ideas, like the things that permeate into the culture that not just theater people are getting. So maybe that makes me just slightly more qualified, because I know what the average person knows and not what the expert knows. And as the average Joe, who's not extremely well versed in musical theater, it seems to me that Rent and Wicked are the two most famous musicals of the past 20 to 30 years. I mean, is there another one that even comes close? I can't think of it. Oh, probably Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton. What am I saying? Hamilton. So yeah, those three. I can't think of anything else that would fall. Those are like the three most famous. And this is 20 years old now. One criticism I had, and I don't know if this was a criticism at the time, but this film brought back most of the Broadway cast. Again, I never saw it on Broadway, but most of the original Broadway cast is in this movie. And this movie was shot 10 years after its Broadway debut. It came out in the mid-90s. Movie comes out in the mid-2000s. So it's about 10 years later. And it's cool that you got most of the Broadway cast in there. That's a wonderful thing. But I kind of wondered if they were too old for the parts by then. Like Jesse Martin, especially, he seems a bit old in this film. And, clearly when he started on Broadway, he was 10 years younger. I'm wondering if maybe they had aged out. I don't know. What do you think? Are you a fan of this movie? Do you think the cast was maybe a little too old? And Rosario Dawson, she wasn't even in the Broadway cast. And in one of her opening songs, she has a lyric where she says, "I'm 19 years old." I checked, and she was 27 when she made this. Like, I'm looking at her going, "You ain't 19. I don't know how old you are in this, but you are not 19. Yeah, she was 27. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of this film? Do you think the cast was maybe a little too old? But I don't know. There you go. It's kind of a lukewarm film for me. Like I said, very watchable. But my 18-year-old daughter, she really dug it. She really enjoyed it. So there you go. You get multiple perspectives. But this is available now. I want to thank Sony for sending me a review copy. And until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no,
it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.